Nagko-comment siya parati sa Facebook.
Yes. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, Kapkungkap. Yan, may hangover pa po ba ang lahat?
Well,
medyo may galit
test mo na yung test mo na yung...
Let us know if may problema yung audio namin or anything. Can hear us clearly because this, importante siya para at least maaga pa lang naayos namin.
Yes. Kasi mahirap nang magkamali sa There was one time na I was doing a live stream while waiting for you. The first 15 minutes of that live stream, walang audio. I was like, while I was editing na, post-editing na, hindi ko napansin na wala siyang audio. So parang, oh my God, Tessa, you were talking and talking. That's why pala, every now and then, I only have like 1 or 2 viewers.
Oo, sa akala nila,
nagte-testing lang.
Pero nung dumating tayo, P4, I think?
Yeah. Okay.
Electrical. Ang ganda na rehistro ng kulay natin this afternoon.
Oo. We are here in chat time sa may bridge ng tawag nito.
Dapat sinabi mo nasa Bangkok ka pa. You attended the after party, charot. Which is, I don't know what to celebrate last night. I don't know. I don't care. I don't know her.
Ang hirap sa nito usapan na to because we have so much
bitterness. We have so much hatred.
Kulay talong yung natin.
Yes, medyo nagigigil kami talaga. This is in support of Miss Guadalupe's, not inclusion to the top 5. But it was a beautiful event, by the way.
It was a beautiful event. I think Miss Universe went in and delivered on its promise. Delivered on its promise.
I have to give this to Nawat. Only Nawat.
Good production. And he was asked, are you happy with the winner? And he said, I was happy with my production. So a little bit shady on that part. Pero I think it's kinda understandable that he is happy with his production. Kasi it gave us a great hindi lang show it gave us a great what to say this, it's not a show but rather a presentation. Ayan, because it's a presentation simply because the production was okay, the blocking of the candidates were great.
It was.
From the prelims down to the finals to the floating pool in Phuket, everything was really showmanship to that level. I don't think Mexico would have even
they cannot.
it.
Not even a tenth of it. I think the next best was still again the 2018 in Thailand.
Yeah.
So I have a very I'd call it in general, I think the best production country right now is Thailand. I don't know if it's an economic thing, meaning are they really gearing towards the entertainment business more? Do they want to compete with Singapore by hosting and showing how beautiful their presentations are? Is it going to open an opportunity for Thailand na hindi lang pageants, but even concerts? I haven't seen. But I think
I think yes.
Mama Awards, the Korean entertainment show, they're trying to host it also. So Bangkok has been in the forefront of these productions. Kahit naman nung bata pa tayo, MTV Asia was held in Siam Paragon pa noon, diba? So medyo medyo nanunumbalik yung promise na yun. And
I want to add that economic power-wise, whether it's tourism, whether it's finances, I think Thailand has other Southeast Asian countries to beat in terms of that. Even in terms of luxury goods spending, because it's so ironic that we were while we were waiting for Miss Universe, I was anticipating Heart Evangelista's talk at the Vogue Thailand Culture and
doon siya. She was there.
20th of November.
Yeah.
And I was looking at the reels, the coverage there. I was thinking, they are able to mount such a very important event with Princess Serena Valley of Thailand attending. And she said, craftsmanship is at the heart of luxury. So it kind of made sense that in terms of luxury spending, you have Singapore here and followed by, I think it's Thailand, then it's Indonesia, and then it's
Malaysia,
and then it's Philippines.
Yeah.
So it does make sense. And because
Just ko naman
economically, they are...
with all our problems, no, kung naging number 2 ang Philippines, sabay ewan ko na lang, baka dapat ipatawag din sa investigations yung mga fashion houses. So, but kidding aside, you mentioned Princess Navari, which is actually the designer of the swimsuits back in 2018.
2018.
Yeah, so very connected silang lahat ng sa Thailand. But overall, I do have highest respect to know what is Raghid for hosting, for putting out such a very good production.
Yes.
He promised, he delivered, he showed up. It wasn't an easy road, no, to the pageant that we saw yesterday. It was very difficult and gulo-gulo. Day 1 to the last day. At ngayon, continuing. We're done with the pageant. The problem's still there, and there's a lot of things that we need.
And you said that the biggest controversy is going to be whoever they're gonna select as Miss Universe, and it's exactly what happened.
For those who were looking at my Instagram account yesterday, I'd like to say sorry for all the profanities, but they deserve it. Hell, I care. You deserve it because, alam mo, let's talk about the elephant in the room. The pageant is speaking about empowerment. And so a lot of Mexicans are celebrating right now. I'm sure a lot of Latinos are saying, yeah, this is a moment for them. A Latina woman won. And so she spoke about speaking up and raising your voice. But if I were to ask a question, you speak up for what?
Yeah.
Because a personal endeavor or a personal concern does not constitute a holistic concern. Mexico is one of the countries with the most highest incidence of violence
Against women
as well. Asan yung boses? Where was the voice when it was there? So, I do not buy into that idea that she won because of that. She won because there's a power that
Behind
a louder voice behind the scene, and they want something from it.
Yeah.
To me, I also don't like the fact that because when you do something like that, you're stealing somebody else's dream, somebody else's position, and somebody else's opportunity. Some of you got mad when we're pointing, hindi fair because of the judges. There's a Filipino in the room also. But we were doing that because we cannot call these out if we're benefiting from that situation.
Yes.
Louis Heredia cannot speak about it.
Exactly.
Because
there was a clip when an interview he had with Diane.
with Dan Casileo, he just
He squirted the issue.
he scripted the issue. He just went in with how he scored Ahtisa. So very Ahtisa-centric yung kanyang decision.
Yeah.
Natalie Glebova is calling out the judging panel. But you coach Miss Canada.
And then she was also a little bit biased towards Vina Pravinar.
Well, she's saying that Thailand should be her winner.
Yeah.
Well, fine. I understand you had favorites, but you see things like this, hindi ka paniniwalaan because people would argue.
Exactly.
But if it was you wouldn't speak a thing.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
But
And this is also the reason why I was saying, despite calls and comments and call-outs from fellow Filipinos that sumuporta ka na lang, hindi pwedeng ganon. It cannot be that I am pro anything that would be advantageous for the Philippines at the expense of others. It needs to be pro for everyone.
and mas masarap if you know that you won.
Yes.
Fair and square. Well, that is not the question here because ako naman, if you go to the...
We already established because
already established, the performance also delivered naman.
Yes.
So ako medyo iwasan na lang in the next time. Buti nag-iisa lang naman siya. Buti nag-iisa lang naman Filipino doon. At hindi ganun kalala yung effect. Pero dahil doon sa sinasabi namin inequality ng iba, we also suffered because we believe we could have placed higher. Cote d'Ivoire could have won.
Yes.
And so ang daming nawalan ng...
And I think first and foremost, if it was up to me for the top 5, it would have been Cote d'Ivoire, Guadeloupe, Venezuela, Thailand, and of course the Philippines. Because in terms of performances, those are the queens, ladies that really delivered. I was shocked that Guadeloupe did not make top 5 because that Mexican spot, that should have been Guadeloupe's. Because the gown, the galaxy gown that she wore by oh my god, I forgot the Vietnamese
Hong Ki Tan, I think that's the designer.
Yeah.
Venezuela, by the way, also wore
another Vietnamese. Thank you. Sorry, we're
Thank you. Afternoon chat also, we were eating also.
Shout out lang sa chat time for
Allowing
us.
Kasi maingay tayo, di ba?
So anyway, as I was saying, Cote d'Ivoire should have been the spot. Should have been the fifth
Guadalupe.
spot.
Guadalupe. Yeah.
So Guadalupe, sorry. Ophelie Mezino should have taken the spot of Fatima Bosch. But knowing that as I was watching, ng Patago, yung pageant, I felt that from the very beginning, from the calling out of the top 30, with so many girls that wasn't called, like Turks and Caicos, I felt that, okay, they're starting to eliminate early on from the top 30 some of the girls that could have a strong performance in the competition and could elbow out certain girls that
even
they are
fellow
favored for.
Latinas are not safe. You see, Argentina, Mr. Cot, I don't think so she deserves
Yes.
it. You should have placed.
I think even Chile could have done better in terms of performance over Mexico.
Yeah. And I felt Chile was weak, huh?
Yeah.
Although the gang was fabulous, Rian Fernandez was the one who created that number that was very gorgeous. I'd like to call her.
Yeah.
Pero yun, Mexico never deserved it. That's why a lot of people are having a hard time accepting the result because, it's rigged.
Yeah.
But
everyone feels that. Well, not everyone. A lot of people feels that.
Maybe right now they're not feeling it because andun pa sila eh. They're in Bangkok. We go home to Mexico, that's the headquarters, you wouldn't feel it either. But once you go around the countries and you feel like you're not being invited anymore, they don't like you anymore, or say sponsors not getting you anymore or working with you anymore, which I hope would happen para magtanda sila. I really wish that I'm gonna be apologetic to my faith for whatever I'm gonna say, but I'm not gonna apologize for the truth that they will not change if they continue playing dirty. They need to be cleansed and scrub off.
I think the best thing that businesses, fans can do, for fans, it's just a simple unfollow on social media.
Do not like any of their content. Do not comment there. Leave it to the Mexicans.
Yeah.
To the national organizations all over the world, reduce your invites.
Yes.
I mean, regardless.
The only way for us to send a message to them is to make it hurt financially for them.
Yeah.
To make it hurt in the area that they thought they had it in the bag.
What can they do ba to you? Diba? Wala naman sila magiging epekto sa'yo. Then it's a girl. They need their girls.
Exactly. And here's the thing. This is a wild theory on my head. Because I think that the reason why they did not allow an Asian Miss Universe this year, it's because the Philippines and Thailand are two of the most highest
popular
franchise fees in the pageant.
$500,000. That's like
28 million.
28 million. 30,
and
close to 30. Sige.
And if there's 1 million USD being paid to the Miss Universe organization by Thailand, by Nawat, every year, they're not gonna crown a Thai winner because sayang yung 1 million na hindi nila makukuha if
Nawat signed a 25-year deal.
It's a 5-year deal.
5 ba 25?
5.
I read somewhere 25, so I stand to be corrected. Pero 5 years, it's still $5 million. That's a lot.
Yeah. So
that's a lot.
It's we'll double check. Okay, we'll double check the figures. I'm gonna check so that it's clear.
It's factual.
The thing is, Thailand, Venezuela, and the Philippines are allegedly among the highest franchise fees for the Miss Universe pageant. So if you have one of those three countries winning the Miss Universe crown, they won't have to pay the franchise fees for next year.
For context kasi, this is what happens. When you win Miss Universe, you're free.
Yes.
Next
from
year,
paying the
franchise
fee next
so
year.
If Ronan si Ahtisa did lose $500,000,
yes. Laki nga.
So di ba parang ako nag-irita lang ako doon sa ganung idea kasi parang you're stealing a lot from the women.
Yeah. Even if they deserve it. Even if Ahtisa deserved it, if the owners and the judges are looking at it from a financial benefit na perspective, it's gonna it's gonna be, oh my God, we're not gonna crown her. We're gonna give her a runner-up position because sayang yung kikitain natin next year.
Yeah. Yun yung irita ko kahapon kasi before we go to the performances, no? Because even what it says is that even no matter how good you are, you don't stand the chance at all. And you know, these girls, they take years and years to get there. How many millions of money? Their benefactors, their supporters, the organizations. Example sa Pilipinas lang, Bench put in ads there, sponsored swimsuit. Philippine Airlines bought in. Jojo Bragay supported it.
But it did not sponsor si Jojo this year. What else? I'm not sure if ABS-CBN paid for exclusive rights.
Diba? Nakalock nga dito. I was watching in the Telemundo channel. So I had to use the
VPN.
Pinagbabawal na technique, aka VPN. So, well, I can understand Spanish. Hindi siya problema sa akin. Pero for those talagang hirap na hirap intindihan niya, yun ang Telemundo is a different program. Kita niyo kasi
a student of mine gave me a link ng I Want TV. So I was able to.
It's not working on my screen. I was watching.
We are blocked on YouTube.
Yeah. So what I did, naka-YouTube ako sa Telemundo. Tapos yung laptop ko, Charmed Yet. So I was watching. Mas mabilis kasi yung Asian transmission ng Telemundo. Delayed ng 5 stops. So I think who's walking? China na, Chile pa lang sa live. So medyo ganun yung distansya. So iba talaga yung dito. May jet lag.
Yes.
Iba yung oras. But anyway.
And also the Telemundo, they can only go up until 1080p in terms of the resolution.
Ang lores na nga.
Sobrang lores.
Tapos sobrang bias pa. The commentaries are very unfair. They would speak well about Mexico, they would speak well about Puerto Rico.
Again,
they would scream Paraguay's name, but they would not mention Vina, they would not mention... Diba?
That's why I shifted, after the swimsuit competition, I shifted to the I Want TV na link.
Yeah, because that's more fair. But it was really, maganda. I mean, overall, the stage was good.
The stage was good. There's no problem with the presentation.
I just hope there's a bright future for Nawat there after this. Marami din siya natutunan for sure.
For sure.
For sure.
And one thing that I think he's learned is not to be overly emotional and make that.
If you feel like you're in total control and it's not your world, it's not your world.
Yeah.
It's a different thing. So I really, really hope na... But ako, part of me was saying, sana nabili niya. Sana hindi niya pinull out yung investment because one theory daw that I read, a source told me that Raul got so mad that he pulled out that $150 million investment at Miss Universe.
Raul or Nawat?
Raul, nagalit siya kay Nawat because he was pulling out that money. That's too much. And so, to avenge, I'm gonna put you to top 2 but I'm not gonna make you win.
Oh my God.
Because the negotiation was, everybody's thinking Vina's gonna take it. I don't mind. Para nga matapos na, di ba? She's my Miss Universe on paper.
Between Vina and Fatima, Vina would be more believable as winner.
And if you want money, she's gonna deliver.
Yes.
Because ang dami, a lot of Thai people are looking forward to that. And she's loved everywhere else. The Latinos would be fuming. Pero ako naman, if you want a Latino, there's Venezuela, the better Latina.
The better Latina, yes. And there were, even Colombia would have been better. But
Puerto Rico would have been good.
Puerto Rico was even better.
Puerto Rico would have been good. At least, pagdating niya doon, hometown niya next year, we're done. Walang problema. There's a lot of bullshit that happened.
I think they really paved the way. They really removed the blocks, the blockages on Fatima's path. But they cannot remove the Philippines or Venezuela because they really had nailed it in every segment of the competition.
You cannot beat excellence.
Yeah.
And I think for the next Filipino representative, this is also a lesson because you need to see how it's done.
And always think of the politics behind of what, there are, gears that moves at the backstage.
To be fair, I've said it before, I'd say it again. When a representative is well-loved, Diba? Tawag ito, well-loved in the sense na ginawa nila lahat. Diba? I mean, Louis Herrera being part of the judging panel, the sponsorships, the gowns that was given, Val Tagubat channeling Iris Van Herpen, which is I never thought would happen. Hindi ko sa kanya inisip yun. The last minute pintada Maxima of Mactumang was just, wow, wala akong masabi sa damit ngayong taon. Top notch. And in fairness, kahit medyo may animosity sila sa atin, na-appreciate natin sila. So I'm not gonna dare quote Jonas Capwood or anybody else. They really did their work.
I think we can leave it to the designers who really did well in delivering all of these lovely costumes.
You can tell they spoke about it. And so to be fair, I was watching Empire's Ahtisa For You, the series, no? Pinanood ko lahat. So naiintindihan ko naman thought process. Fatima was saying, medyo binago ang aesthetic nga. Ako challenge ko si Mac because I really want to make sure tapos kung ready na, tinanong ko sa Ahtisa saan ka pinakamasaya doon ka. And so, maganda yung ganong collaboration. We just hope that all Filipina candidates has that.
Yes, moving forward.
Moving forward. So yun yung magandang lesson doon.
And I think also, chismis lang to. It's also good that the national org is very supportive of the girl because I have been hearing that there is one other national org who is planning or is in the bidding process to take over the Miss Universe Philippines franchise. So there
is it a national org or a national brand? Or a national brand was working with the national org?
No comment muna. Okay, I'm not gonna.
You know.
Yeah.
You're wise.
You probably have an idea.
Who's your thinking?
But I don't want din naman to spoil. But I am giving.
Nila. Tapos the national brand would like, sige, run it for me.
Yes.
Diba?
That's probably one of the things that could happen.
Yes, there's a lot of things that could happen. It was really, really nice. Ako natutuwa ako sa ganun kasi feeling ko yung hirap talaga to stand on that tumultuous. Hindi yun normal na pageant eh.
Sobra.
Circus yun.
It was.
And
Honestly.
for her to not be played and not to lose herself, malaking bagay yun. Minsan naging critical lang talaga tayo sa mga damit. You don't like that. You want flashy things. You want competition. You want to be cutthroat and hard because you're Filipino, di ba?
Okay.
Pero,
sorry guys, I'm just monitoring some of the comments here.
Yeah, nag-iipon kami.
Nag-iipon lang kami.
So, babasahin
namin. Don't worry. We have a number of comments na.
So that's it. So to summarize lang our conversation so far, we don't like the winner. We hope that medyo maturuan sila ng leksyon by hurting them financially. Like sigara na, wag silang ma-invite sa mga events sila or less
bawasan yung mga national invites sa mga countries.
Well, if you don't like Miss Universe Opal, so Shata's there, just as effective.
Exactly.
Just as glamorous.
And she is probably more professional.
Correct.
In the manner that she deals
she's
with
here.
She's here right now.
Iniikot siya ngayon nila Catriona, I heard somewhere. So, ginagala siya nila CJ ngayon as we speak. Wala lang si Julia Morley dito ngayon. So, we wish na sana...
Yes. We wish na sana, we, as Filipinos, we also focus on other pageant systems.
Meron pa tayong we're in Araneta Cubao right now, and the Araneta daughter, which is Mirna Esguerra, is competing in Japan from Miss International. We have a feeling about that, but I don't want to jinx it. Pero kailangan niya ng voting help. So you guys could just jump in and deliver on the numbers. That would be helpful for her campaign. We'll also have Chelsea Fernandez coming in by December for Miss Cosmo 20, I think. 19 nga yata. December 19, the last Saturday before Christmas.
Okay.
That was it.
Yeah.
So, ayun, dalawa pa. And those two girls are
essentially two binibining Pilipinas queens.
Ito, meron nga ako nababasa na paubos na yung Binibini Legacy.
Yeah.
For Universe, I think it's at least na lang na nakikita ko. The next set of girls we're looking, baka si Maureen Montaigne pa.
Baka kaya pa si Maureen.
Kaya ba si Maureen Montaigne? I think she's gonna...
The thing kasi is, if you want Maureen Montaigne, then kinakailangan kayong gumastos para sa kanya. Kasi she needs she needs the help because ang sumali sa Miss Universe Philippines nowadays, it's very very expensive. It's not like before when Binibining Pilipinas would sponsor a lot of dresses, a lot of gowns. This time around with NUPH, you have to shell out all of the money. And I think it was even Chelsea Fernandez who confirmed that during Binibining Pilipinas, she probably spent at around $500,000 pesos.
Yeah.
And as compared to Miss Universe Philippines, some of the parents of the girls that nagbebenta
ng lupa.
sa amin, nagbebenta ng kalabaw,
lupa, tricycle, sanla.
Nasa 1.2, 1.5 yung galawan ng labasan
You
ng
need
pera.
at least 1 million pesos for one national.
Yes.
And that's universal.
Yes.
It's a different per grant. I think if you have more support, if you have a designer to back you up, around 750. But at least you have 500 minimum
Yes.
for one competition.
Yes, for one
One
competition.
competition. I also have thoughts with Ahtisa nga actually. Parang, kinukwento ko kay Jason, I know she don't want it, but I have a feeling. I'm gonna share it later kung bakit parang, kung eligible, mukhang ayoko pa siyang tumigil. For some reason. Pero pwede nang magpahinga kung ayaw niya na.
Ako naman, I feel that nag-pick talaga siya sa Miss International. That was the highest placement that she had. And
Parang nag-mature siya sa universe.
yes.
Iba na yung discipline. I don't see that girl anymore. Yesterday it was that's the woman that she wants to become.
But I don't think she can top that anymore.
Ako parang kaya pa ng world. Pero
sige,
mamaya ko pa i-discuss kasi I was googling lang just in case. Ahtisa is 28, the final age at world is 27, but if Julia Morley moves the age, parang pwede pa. I tell you why, because sabi na eh. Sige.
I think Julia at one point tried to move it to 29. I think there was a year that she moved it to 29
2 years ago.
Because of the pandemic. However, they moved it back to 28 or then 27.
I hope they move it to 29 or 30. You know why? Okay naman kasi pa yung 30. I mean, we've had a lot of
but historically kasi the Miss World has always been
younger,
leaning towards the younger.
super young.
Yeah.
Sila yung nag-start ng 17.
Yes.
Kaya remember pag underage yung girls natin, kahit universe coded siya, world. Kasi underage. Janina.
No, not just Janina. Oh my God. Maggie Wilson.
Janina, Maggie, both 17.
Yeah.
When they won Binibini. So, yun.
Sayap.
Sino pa ba?
I remember there was this chismis where Pilar Pilapil, who was 16 years old when she competed, but
well, back in the day, hindi mo makikita.
Yes.
I mean, there's no trail of your.
When she was asked now, she said she was 18, but the judges seemed to have a feeling that she's underage, so they did not make it into the semifinalists.
But she's gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Sinabi yata ng host, if you could wait for 2 more years,
yes,
to be Miss Universe.
Which
Gloria Diaz
took
so
over.
I mean, that 69th year
69.
is ours.
Yeah.
1969 is ours. So period yun. Walang kahit sino pala ilagay mo doon, kanya yun.
Okay, so let's read some comments.
Okay, go.
D. Wilson says, good afternoon, scripters. Present na ako kaagad. That makes sense. Unfollow na. Huwag na muna supportahan para magtanda. Because guys, the only way for them to learn.
Pahinga kayo muna.
You unfollow them on social media. Unfollow. And then tell your national directors, tell your business, your brands na don't sponsor, don't invite them over so that they would feel how it felt for fans that felt played. We were played, we were robbed, we were unfairly judged, or may judging bang nangyari. So they would hurt in the area that they really would feel it. Kasi the only way for them to remember that the bullshit that they did was to make it hurt for them and make their pockets hurt real bad.
Pain is the biggest teacher.
Yeah, agree.
Okay, sabi ni Anthony Bluman, as your lesson, what do you think is our best representative of Puerto Rico? We'll touch that later.
Honestly, at of this moment, I feel that let's not give them our aces yet, because if they're gonna if on the third year that Raul is in the organization and he still plays based on favorites, based on business deals.
Gusto mo ikaw na eh. Oh, I mean, I spoke to Win-Win. I messaged her directly. And she was like replying with certain emojis. I don't know if that's an agreement or she doesn't want to do it. But she, I mean, di ba?
Yeah. About that.
There.
There.
May sound na.
May sound na.
Hello.
Okay. Let me check. Let me check.
My mic is on.
Okay, my mic is on. It's
working.
It's working. Okay, we're back.
So yun.
Ayan. Where were we?
Yeah, we're with
Krishna.
Krishna. So coming from that, yung
Pasensya na. Let me just...
technical difficulty.
Ayun o, meron pa naman. Minsan lang nawawala.
I think low-bat nga tayo.
Okay.
Hello?
I hear myself.
I don't.
Wala again.
Ayan, meron. Hello, sorry ka?
Ayan. Ayun. Meron na.
I'll search it.
Okay. So,
Ayan, ambient, okay lang.
okay.
Medyo maingay lang guys, pero sorry.
We're gonna charge lang yung...
Oh, yung mic.
Yung
But
mic.
we're gonna move nearer para marinig nyo kami.
Oo. No. Let's move the...
Meron na.
Meron
Kasi
na.
wala na, tinanggal na namin yung audio. Sige, we're going back.
Kasi I wasn't able to fully charge yung ating mic today. So, kaya nagkaganyan siya.
Hindi ko rin nadala yung isang wireless. But anyway, going back, so yun muna yung gagawin natin kay Kirsten Ramirez. I think patahingin muna natin siya. Let her reconstitute her career, her campaign, and what she wanted to be. Dahil mahirap-hirap tong tahapi. But I'm happy, if anything, she's a bench baby.
Yes.
So, malamang Benchan would come in and help her. Yeah. So yun, medyo dun may promise. Medyo naniniwala ako na ano.
Na kaya. Kasi since we've been talking about it, alam naman natin na may kaya naman ng bench to really fund the girls, because right now, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of our ALB girls is supported
Doing well
by bench, so they're doing well.
Emma, CJ, Anita even.
And sino ba yung mga girls that I see? Actually, majority of the girls, the ALB girls, were were walking at the Best Fashion Week last October.
Si ano, I think even si ano parang si... sino ba tong Universal Woman natin?
Si
Marie
Maria.
Gigante was also supported. So, mga girls
So, kampante tayo dahil may support system ng mga girls natin, brand-wise. Okay,
Yes. Continue tayo sa message na. Okay.
Ito si Ohene
Bamwa to 546. When you sit down and analyze the questions and their answers, Ahtisa edged Olivia a little bit that this is the biggest routine and pageant history. Alam mo, totoo, pageant rigged siya.
Yes.
Yung Q&A kasi subjective siya.
Yes.
Meron kasi akong pinafollow na formula dyan, yung body at saka yung delivery. Kailangan buo siya. So ito yung observation ko with the Q&A. So, Olivia and Ahtisa are channeling two great Miss Universes. Nakita ko yung trajectory ng path ni Olivia towards Sosibuni Tunzi. Because the essence of her campaign is about empowerment, belongingness, and taking up space.
Yeah.
Because si Zozie yan nasagot niya. So sa kanya, get into the room so you think you don't belong and shine. So that's in the same energy. Si Ahtisa was...
Parang I work in the slums of Macaf, I work with a Allen Foundation. Okay.
Which is the same as like
As Catriona.
Catriona's slums of Tondo and the children and their dreams and their belief.
Yes.
Same yun.
Very
Strategic sa akin naman.
Very Catriona coded yung Q&A ni Ahtisa, very Zozibini coded naman yung
Kay pero why is that wrong? No, I don't think so. Kasi you wanna be like them. You wanna follow through. You wanna be a great representation. You wanna be a winner yourself. So, ba't ka titingin ng talunan? You would look for the winner, di ba? So, yeah, I agree with that.
And also, since we're talking about that, I also kind of noticed that when you're looking at Venezuela, the way she answered, she kind of reminded me of Michelle McLean.
Yes.
The way very calm magsalita, not rehearsed. She really was, she was talking very candidly, like Michelle.
But so, Venezuela was the greatest surprise. I didn't know Stephany Abasali could deliver like that.
Oh.
Hindi ko ini-expect na gaganon si Abasali as in ibang klase. Ayan, okay na. Nawalan daw ng audio.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
I think we're
Abasali. So, she was having a great...
You know her background. Why is that so?
Because she is educated, if I'm not mistaken, she's educated in London. She grew up, because she's Syrian Venezuelan. Migrated and lived in different parts of the world. So that's why I understood that she has an accent. When she talks in Spanish, perfect English, perfect Spanish accent. But when she talks in English, it is a little bit British coded.
Yeah, ang galing. Ang galing nung I lived in parts of the world, so I was blessed to find culture and understand what we say could
Yeah,
affect
and
people.
then-
Kaya easy top 3 yun. Alam
Easy
mo,
top three.
kung may top 3
Okay.
yun, that'll be Ahtisa, Cote d'Ivoire, and Venezuela.
And I knew nalulutuin yung, okay, let's speak in English so that people,
We know that it's going to be rigged
yes.
because they are returning back to the top 5 format
Yes.
twice.
And the thing is, they announced that after the top 5 question and answer, they're gonna cut it into a top 3. They did not do that. I was questioning why. And then suddenly, after announcing who actually won, then I understood, okay, the reason why it's because if they cut it into the top 3, it's going to
Vina
be,
and Fatima would fall.
yes, they would not be at the top spots.
They'd fall hard.
Essentially,
Pilay.
it's going to be a Cote d'Ivoire, Ahtisa, and Venezuela.
I think in that order, that's going to be the finish as well. Ako lang nga sa akin. That's the ranking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it suddenly made sense that, okay, my gut feeling that this is going to be an unfair playing field. Wednesday, before 3 days before the Miss Universe finals, now it was validated. It was
Unfair
because
pala talaga
Oo.
for everyone. For everybody, it's so unfair.
it's so unfair.
And it's so bad. Kaya mala, for our Spanish friends, no me gusta esta resultados para certamen, no me gusta totalmente.
And-
Mexico puedan ganar.
For me,
Yeah, I don't like
I'm gonna fight tooth and nail for this. Cote d'Ivoire is our Miss Universe 2025.
Sí, pero so gustaba la ganadora la Latina, dapat si Venezuela. So
Yes.
what I'm saying is, kung gusto nyo pala ng Latina winner, you should have went with Venezuela.
Yeah.
You know, the last
She
time...
is the better Latina in the top 5.
If you believe that history repeats itself, the last time this happened, that a black woman should have won, that the top 5 question has been repeated twice, and a Latina won over the presumptive Miss Universe, that was in 2014. Diba?
Yeah.
2 times na Q&A.
Yes.
Jamaica gave a
Jamaica
better answer,
gave a better
Colombia
answer.
won.
Yes.
And so this is the same energy that
Yeah.
naalala ko talaga kagabi yun.
I was actually there in Doral, and the gasp of the people when Jamaica was
Fourth
runner-up.
Imagine the best answer was fourth runner-up. That's
Yes.
what happened yesterday.
Yes.
Cote d'Ivoire was fourth
Yes.
runner-up.
I was like shocked. My jaw literally dropped to the floor when they announced Jamaica as fourth runner. And just like what happened in Thailand, people were booing.
They're going.
I mean, Casey Fennell should have won Miss Universe based
She
on
was.
her answers alone because
She was.
everyone in the top 5 weak answers.
Yeah.
Terribly.
I know you
terribly
love
weak.
Netherlands dress that year. I don't like the
love,
answer.
But honestly, if it was overall performance with the Q&A alone, it should have been Casey Fennell who won.
Baka nga,
Miss
MJ
Universe.
Lastimosa would have given a better answer. She
She
placed
probably would have.
She would have
given the-
annihilated the Q&A that
Yes.
because of that. But it wasn't the case in 2014. So yesterday, it was a more difficult situation. A tough pill to swallow. Somebody
And-
mentioned Thailand. Okay.
Speaking of Jamaica, we are sending well wishes
Well
for
wishes.
Gabrielle Henry.
Naka-ICU pa
She
since
is in ICU
Jamaica.
right now. They are giving her like 7 days in observance to see if she is gonna be.
I think she's
legal.
responding well. Her sister, who happens to be a doctor, is also working
and her
closely with
and their mom's also there. So we're praying for her speedy recovery, and we're hoping that there's nothing terribly bad that
Yes,
happened.
yes.
That it's something that can easily be kayang itawid.
Yeah, correct. I agree with that. So there, that's the sentiment. I think hindi naman namin kailangan tigain. We do not have to pound hard on the results because everybody's sentiment is just the same as ours. We do feel that what I'm excited about is the lives of the top 5 girls after. I'm sure Ahtisa would have a brilliant life after that. Cote d'Ivoire is going back to the States. I'm excited kung ano gagawin niya because
I think it was a great move for her that she accepted the continental title because she's gonna work the hell out of that title and make sure she reminds
Because
everyone
for
that she's
any reason that your girl, you little chicana, mo yan, did not deliver on the promesa para la corona, magkakaproblema ka because kailangan mo ng safe winner. Just as when Victoria wasn't as effective, Peru was stepping in, Tati Calmen was always there, Chelsea Manalo is there.
No, Emma Tigla was there.
At least in Thailand now.
In Thailand, right? So, yeah. Okay, there's a question here from Marita Reyes, 8656. Kung kayo po masusunod, if we're going to rank the right placement of the top 5, how are you going to rank?
Reverse. Reverse order. Yung reverse. Kasi feeling ko ganun ang ginawa nila eh. Ni-reverse nila talaga eh.
Yeah.
It's in reverse order. Or probably remove Mexico, put Guadalupe there.
Yes.
Much better.
Yeah. Again, I think the only reason why Puerto Rico, when Guadalupe did not make it, it's because they had to make way for Mexico to be in the top 5, even if Puerto Rico, Sashes and Ophelie of Guadalupe performed better overall.
Okay. Sabi ni, when about March 2546, the fact that Mexico always wins in a red gown and the first runner always wears blue is so suspicious, not coincidental.
This time, I think it was
Sadya. It was staged. You know what? I have to be fair also. I don't like Andrea Mesa winning in 2020. That should have been Julia Gamas. That should have been Peru's. Diba?
Oh,
si
yeah,
Peru yun.
Peru. Yeah, Peru.
Yeah, so
It should have been her.
I think Mexico, a really, really honest thought, are you truly happy that you win? Staging things for your way
Yeah.
and not because you're naturally exceptional.
Yeah.
I mean, do you want that? Because that's what we feel about you right now. You're not Venezuela. Will never be. So,
I don't
will
think
never be.
I don't think that yung kay Andrea, mapapatawad mo pa. You can forgive because you saw her working hard. But with this win of Fatima, especially with Omar Harfouche, just saying right now today that the reason why she won because it would be good for the businesses of
And so,
Raul
the fact that
and
the father and Raul has a business relationship, that's really important. So,
again, see, it goes back to conflict of interest, right? I know you hate that word and I keep on mentioning that word, but that's the reality. If there is conflict of interest, then definitely bias is gonna follow.
yes, totoo yun. So, kaya ayaw rin lang natin ng bias kasi nga, mahirap. Nasanay tayo na yung MU is always excellence in whether the Q&A or any place. But there's an excellence there somewhere. Fatima was never excellent from day one.
She was just okay.
Not mid. Like, you went there to 100%.
Yeah.
Sino kumain ka ng pad thai, tom yum boom? You enjoyed Bangkok na lang, but it wasn't like...
It wasn't a spectacular campaign.
Yeah, I know. I was
Compared
also saying...
to Cote d'Ivoire, compared to Colombia,
It
compared
reveals-
to Puerto Rico.
Yes. It reveals certain layers also of pain. I was telling Justin earlier, the white elephant in the room. You know, Vina Pravinar represented Thailand so well. She ended up first runner-up. But the moment the winners were announced, even the Thais were screaming Cote d'Ivoire. Alam mo, feeling ko that's one of the most painful feeling. The most painful feeling, naku, grabe yung mga comments ang dami. So, that's one of the most painful feeling. Doon ko na-realize na hanggang sa kahuli-huling sandali, they never truly accepted her.
Yeah.
She was never Thai enough. But you know what? Give her the props. Si Mac, performance, very excellent na
Performance was...
So, you give her that. That was really, really good.
The performance was top 5 material naman.
It was top 5 material.
Yes.
But it's a third runner-up placement material.
Yeah.
It's not... Ako, para sa akin, I would always go by the rule for this year specifically. First runner-up tayo.
Okay. Tatalon na ulit na sa mga comments. There's so much to go through. time na,
Time na rin siguro.
si Grid 29 says, time na rin siguro na mas mag-open tayo, mag-focus sa ibang major pageants, lalo na sa Miss International, kasi napaka-fair ng mga Japanese.
I think it's also time for us, the pageant fans, to be more mature about it. What am I trying to say? Sasabi ko, mature kayo, o tatanga-tanga kayo, hindi. Ang gusto kong sabihin ay, nasanay tayo mga pageant fans na nagsusupport tayo based on who's beautiful, where did they come from, at sino yung represent kanila. Gusto rin sana natin yung purpose, ibalik natin yun. Ano yung gagawin nila? Kasi yung babae ng 2025 versus the women back in the 90s are two different women. It's not just to stand up there, be pretty, and be gorgeous or whatever. But you have now to make a change and impact. When you speak, people listens to you. When you walk into the room, people looks at you. Do they wanna be like you? Diba? Do they wanna remember you? It's not just being like an idol, but I wanna be as successful as her. And you wanna be the definition.
And add to that is that you want a winner who is going to be relatable. Someone who is like, I can also do that. That kind of inspiring.
Knows the ground, knows
knows the ground but keeps her eyes on the
top. So, parang you see her there but hindi mo din siya maabot. So kailangan natin bumalik sa ganung pagkakataon. So yun. Kung maghanap kayo ng pageant na isusuportahan, maghanap kayo ng ganun. I think Earth is trying hard to win your hearts. International, may problema naman kasi sila in terms of visibility. World, I think, is where you have the biggest opportunity.
I think we have to wait for Miss International this year because they're gonna shake it up.
They're gonna shake it up and they're gonna give it to us. Ay, kinod out, Mirna, 7th grade, 17th. But you know what, I also have to give it to Emma talaga. For sure. I mean, I think pinatutunayan kasi ng Pilipina na, well, cultural na to sa atin. I think yung Pilipino kasi pag nag-abroad, di ba, ang galing niya sa OFW. Kahit na-abuso ka or nabubwisit yung mga tao sa'yo, o inaaway ka, you still seen as, ginagalingan mo talaga sa trabaho. Ginalingan ni CJ, ginalingan ni Emma. So, ang dating sa atin ngayon, pag magpanalo ka ng Pinay, di-deliver you. And so, I would like to thank Emma for standing up for that. Babalik po siya dito. I think 24th is the parade. Please give her some support and love. Meron tayong sariling reyna, so kung nagkakagulo-gulo tayo, okay na yun, meron tayo. Kung yan ang tanong mo, marami tayong girls. Let's be objective. Kung kamahal-mahal, ibigay ang pagmamahal.
Okay, nasagot na namin, Marita Reyes, yung tanong mo about sino yung gusto natin ipadala sa opportunity next year.
Yeah, it's either Maureen Montaigne or ayaw din ni Kathleen Paton eh. Sabi, ayaw. According to sources, ayaw ni Kathleen Paton. Wag muna si Krishna, please. Or, if Winwin wants to go, come back. Chantal Lee Smith could be it also, if she wants to. Kasi she's a pretty
I have a special bias towards Winwin.
Ako din, may bias sa kay Winwin. Parang, sige na te. Kung karapatan niya.
Maybe someone like Stacey Gabriel.
Stacey Gabriel is also.
At least with Stacey, you know, she's very charming. So she's gonna charm the fans out of everyone there.
She's not this glamorous of hindi siya matangkad. Pero kung PR at PR lang, you'll be walking on fire.
Yes.
Stacey Gabriel will deliver that thing. So yung marami-raming pa. Nicole Borromeo is going a different direction.
Yeah.
She's going to London. To London. Yun. So yun yung mga nakikita namin pwedeng mag-represent sa Pilipinas and Puerto Rico.
Lemuel Padal, and 3Q says, I want Genesis Latugat, Miss Baguio 2022 to come back. It's time for a pure Filipina beauty to conquer the universe.
Oo din. Okay, Genesis Latugat. Actually, hinahanap ko nga siya, nasan siya eh. Kasi every time na bring out your Leo Almodal, I think she's one of the first girl who showcased the model collection ng NDPH. So, hinahanap ko siya. I think some girls in the Visayas are also pretty promising. Marami tayong na-discover. Diba? O baka Anita would want to get a try this time. Diba? Kung if Anita wants to give it a shot, give it a shot.
Okay, additional, this is not Lemuel. Ahtisa shouldn't join any pageants anymore. Her achievements are more than enough. I kinda agree din naman.
Yes,
but,
I also do agree dahil tapos na. Pero ako lang naisip ko kasi ito lang naman observation ko. she had the machinery now.
Yeah.
Andyan yung suporta.
And nandiyan yung momentum.
Andyan yung momentum. Ang designer support niya, grabe. Mac Tumang is rallying behind her. In terms of maturity and intellect, buo-buo,
Yeah.
she's working with an organization kung beauty with the purpose ng pag-uusapan. Tapos ang usapan.
Yeah.
All she has to do is she have to meet and sit down with Julia Morning at maibenta ng organization niya na siya yung tamang Miss World. She finished her runner-up. Opal Suchata finished her runner-up. She knows Catriona. Sinasabi nyo na second siya kay Catriona. Baka nga ang redirection ay hindi pala towards Miss Universe, towards. And there's a rumor that the next Miss World will be in Bangkok.
Yes.
If she's gonna return as redemption,
Yeah, Bangkok will be the best place to do that.
nakikita nyo ba sa sabog ng Thailand sa Pilipinas? This time, I'm making sure I'll be there.
Pero again, with everything that happened, with
Eh,
the
gusto ko
results,
siya mag-Miss World.
do you think that it would have been a great idea that we went to Bangkok this year?
Huwag mo
Ako parang hindi.
hindi worth it yung gastos sa Bangkok. Pero naiintindihan ko rin sa Ahtisa na pagod na siya. Ang dami na rin yung nilatan. Kung gusto niya ng pahinga at gusto niya na
No, what I meant was, tayo, di ba, we plan to go.
Hindi
Parang-
worth gastusan.
Di ba, hindi, and with the cookery that happened,
Parang naawa ako sa mga pageant media dun. Parang ang dami nyo ng limustan. Sana nag-ROI po kayo.
I think naman.
Genuinely,
I
sana
think naman.
nag-ROI
I
kayo.
think naman
Kasi
nag-ROI
hindi
sila.
biro. Like, shout out kay Crown, shout out kay Adam, kay Parade of Beauty, kay Pageanteras, who's there? Ang dami-dami nila.
marami sila. Pageantology and and all.
Ang dami nila.
Marami
So,
sila doon.
congratulations for mounting a very good coverage also. Even the foreign ones, Saction Viet, kay Sashes, salamat sa
Updates. Oh, sorry. Nasipa ko yung ano.
So those are the, yun lang ang feeling ko. Ahtisa is gonna stop this her last pageant. But if it's going to be me, sana lumaban siya ulit. I want to see her at this world for the last time. Malakas ang putol ko, she's gonna bring him back home. She's gonna be your second Miss World. Hindi chance sinasabi ko na she's gonna do it. If she's gonna do it. Pero kung hindi, okay na lang.
She said it's her last night. So,
At saka 28 na siya. I checked the age requirement, 27. So, baka nga Destiny made it also na, okay, you rest, you've done so much. Like, may nag-mention dito, wala na siyang kailangan patunayan. Totoo. She will always be legendary.
Miss D. Roldan 2017 is asking, mas gusto niyo po ba ang returning or fresh face to represent the Philippines next year?
Returning
Returning
kayo.
na muna.
Kasi ayokong ma-traumatize yung fresh girl.
Yung fresh girl.
Parang hindi niya deserve na masalbahin ng ganun. Kung returning, okay lang. Mag-returning. Kung pwede nga si McGarry.
Ilang taon na ba si McGarry?
33.
O pwede.
Kasi, kung pwede si McGarry, kasi if you want, you do this because I think she has the power also, the tenacity, and the strength to face a hostile environment like Puerto Rico in the Mexican state.
The thing is, would she want it?
I don't know if she would want it. But if she wants it, you can expect our support. Kasi madugo yung Puerto Rico na yun.
Madugo.
Ano nila yun, snake kit yun.
So, I think you need someone who is mature, someone who is sophisticated to navigate the complexities of the campaign in Puerto Rico. You know,
Sabi nga ni Fiction BL Stories, Miss Universe Philippines should not send a candidate because it's going to be another cooking show. Pero hindi, because we're contracted, even if masama loob natin. Eh, we're professional. You know, Filipinos are very professional. Hindi mo tayo nag-give up ng gano'n-gano'n. I mean, papadala pa rin tayo for sure. You want representation. I mean, no matter how difficult the situation, you have to be there. Kaya matiglaw totas that. CJ Opiasa for Miss U, sabi ni Marita Reyes,
parang ayokong isugal. Because again,
alam mo hindi, alam ko-
mabubura yung pagiging Miss Grand niya.
tsaka nag-usap sila ni Papa Nawat tungkol dito.
Ah,
No. So, iwanan ko kay CJ ang tanong niya.
oo.
Kasi nag-usap sila ni Nawat tungkol dyan. Nag-usap sila. Doon na lang natin iwanan. They talk about it kung gusto niya. So, Kasi girl, kasi J. Ahtisa ng Puerto Rico, mag-apply ako US visa kahit wala akong masyadong pera. Supportahan ko talaga.
Okay, meron tayong basher dito, Ian Andres,
Na hindi
27074.
marunong mag-mathematics kasi 102 po ang aming viewers, hindi 40. But kung gusto mo ng marami, pwede kang pumunta doon sa favorite mo. Hindi kami we're not gonna drag names here because we're not professional. But if you want to be petty, be with Miss Mexico.
Samahan mo na rin siya sa kulungan kapag nagtatawa.
Ay, hindi ko nagpapagit ang pangalan, buha ka.
Wala akong sinabi pangalan.
Oo, yung mga scammers of, dun sa Mexico, dun kayo sa mama.
Doon kayo sumama sa Mexico kasi doon kayo nababagay. Di ba?
Iba yan.
Oo.
See, you want
I mean,
negativity?
if you're gonna bring that kind of negativity, don't be surprised if people clap back. This is the kind of negativity that needs to be stopped.
Alam mo,
And if you're going to bring it, make sure that we can take it.
hindi sa totoo lang, mas nakakaawa po kayo. Kasi kung sinasabi nyo na 14 lang kami, bakit kayo nag-sumiksik dito? Kailangan nyo na attention namin.
Oo.
Kailangan nyo na validation. Eh, mas maliit pa na kami. Mas malaki kayo. Bakit?
If we are such a small community, then why are you here? Why do you need to assert your dominance or somebody else's dominance in a very small niche space like ours? Because our space is not for the massa. It is for the sophisticated, educated, matured market who consumes pageant.
At hindi namin dinidikta sa inyo yun, ha?
Yeah.
Kung feel nyo lang na ganun kayo,
Oo.
be here.
Yes.
Hindi, kung feeling nyo matalino kayo at nilokad na sinasabi namin, welcome naman kayo. Kahit sino ka pa. Pero,
Plus, again, what you're doing is you're just adding to the algorithm, to our algorithm, and giving us the engagement.
uy, Lo, thank you sa pamabash mo kasi dagdag viewers ka pa rin sa amin. Pera din yun.
Yeah, pera din yun.
Sabi niya, Marita Reyes, as wala po kanina, as we continue mag-withdraw in the middle of the game, I think I'm gonna drag another vlogger here, si Miss Diva Star Clau. She had a content, I'm gonna quote her, na she thinks that the best way for, if this blows up, for Fatima is to resign the title.
I don't think she would.
I don't think she would, but
Where are you streaming? Where what's your
Sashes&Scripts.
Sashes&Scripts.
Can you title sa Facebook?
Okay, we just had
We were
someone.
listening in kasi kanina.
Sige.
sige.
Thank you.
Sorry.
We have a fan. We have a basher online. We have a fan on site. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Ayun.
Ayan.
Thank you so much.
See?
There's heaven on earth.
Ang karma ang
Hell
bilis.
online.
Ang karma ang bilis. Okay. Again, going back to Fatima, here's the thing. If, may read lang if Fatima resigns at the middle of the year, then it will only validate the feeling of everyone that you were not meant to be Miss Universe anyway.
I have a different take on that because akala kasi a lot of people would think that okay, once you get the title, that's it. But your legacy lives on.
Yes.
Every single time the title is being brought back. You see, we have a lot of girls who competed in that stage and became exceptional afterwards. Oksana Fedorova, you still reference her all these years.
Even
Even if she was dethroned. Because she was not exceptional. And it's out of respect.
Yes.
Not out of spite.
Yeah.
Diba? There are girls that we value for their excellence. Lara Data, Harna Sandhu of India, are very Catriona Grace, a modern day champion of what Miss Universe is about.
And even Mpule. After her reign, she was a UN ambassador.
Yes, and I was hoping talaga that's why it's hard for me to accept Cote d'Ivoire losing. Because I think Cote d'Ivoire has it in her to carry Africa's name on stage. Not on stage, but she wants to champion that
Caribbean.
opportunity.
Caribbean,
Cote
Guadeloupe.
d'Ivoire?
Yes.
No, Cote d'Ivoire. When I wanted to
Cote d'Ivoire,
wanted her to
sorry.
win, it's Africa's championship. There's so much more.
And the thing is, when there is a black girl who wins Miss Universe, there is something that they bring into the mix.
The black girl magic.
For example, 1998, Wendy Fitzwilliam.
Wendy.
I mean, the career that she had, it was spectacular. It was something that, okay, if you are going to look at a modern Miss Universe, Wendy is one of those role models that you can look up to.
She was one of the most well-revered, well-regarded queen
Yes.
of all time. That's elegance.
To the point that during when I was covering Miss Universe 2017, she was a judge there. After the press junket after South Africa won, I really literally went out of the room, searched for her just to get a photo with her because
Yeah.
she is that iconic.
And this is what Fatima needs to understand.
Yeah.
Are you gonna be like that? Or are you not gonna be that, oh, the one who cheated? Kasi out of
Yeah.
respect if you want to preserve self-respect, because ano Fatima, if you decide later on to relinquish the title, not because you want Thailand to win it or just because you don't want the controversy to rub off on you because you find it in yourself that you're not gonna be participatory to this, you'll still be remembered as one of that girl who's like exceptional and took it by heart. You will be blessed still.
Or
For whatever.
Or I think the best thing that she can do is work her ass off and prove that even if I was not the Miss Universe that people wanted, at least I am the Miss Universe that worked for the pageant, for the brand.
Well, that's the challenge.
Yeah.
I want to see her top Gabriela Isla, for instance. I want to see Cord 8. I want to see Latino Commission for HIV/AIDS.
Yeah.
I want to see United Nations. I want to see speeches in organization. I want you to meet world leaders, not just the whoever leaders in that country of yours, diba? I want that for you. I want you to be able to deliver on that promise because, well, if you do that, well, maybe the forgiveness. It's not a question of validation.
Yeah.
Because to be honest, your winning
Was questionable.
Was questionable.
Very questionable.
It also took opportunity from other people who could have done the job. Because had
Or-
Cote d'Ivoire won, ang dami rin yung plano. If you're looking at Olivia Yace's Instagram, ang daming work, ang daming causes, ang daming charity. Had Ahtisa won, for sure she would have done the same. Had Venezuela won, I'm pretty sure she's gonna use that kasi pan-Latina siya eh.
Yes.
And she's going beyond borders.
And not only that is there is a way for her to communicate as compared to other Latinas who have difficulty speaking the English language because there is a connection that she can immediately establish because she can speak in another language that is more global in terms of reach than Spanish because if you go to Asia, not everyone here in Asia can speak Spanish.
Yes.
Mostly in European and Latin American countries, but if you go to Africa and let's say most of Asia, Venezuela's Stephany Abasali can reach out much more effectively because of her command of the language and the way that she is able to do great PR. Because all throughout the Miss Universe pageant, what I noticed with Stephany is that she knows how to command attention, she knows how to communicate effectively, not only in Spanish or in English, but there is that sense of she brings people in when she talks.
Gravity. You know what I realized? Venezuela is still Venezuela.
Yes, it is. And also, allegedly, there was a rumor that went out that the reason why Osmel left the organization is because of some shady things that happened.
He was supporting Mexico. Wow. Diba? It was a popular Venezuelan page, minura talaga niya. I mean, that's how bad they are. I also felt bad for the Venezuelans because they also felt it's cliche. Because, see, if you want a Latina, there's a better Latina. Why not us? There's things like that. So, we have a lot of questions na exciting. Marami tayong babasahin pa. Let's read some more. Okay. Sabi niya, Monica Reyes, I read your comment already. Not Manipol, good evening, watching from Quezon Province. Hello, Quezon Province people. Sana happy kayo and please celebrate Ahtisa's win. She represented us all.
Ako hindi
So,
happy.
bakit?
Higher.
Dapat? First runner-up talaga. Hindi first runner-up siya. Yun ang paniwalaan.
Okay, yun na lang paniwalaan natin.
Paniwalaan.
Nagkamali sila ng ano.
Si Ahtisa.
Nagkamali sila ng reverse in the Miss World tradition. I will announce the winners in reverse
And
order.
reverse order. This Miss Universe.
Yes.
Miss Universe tayo, guys.
Oo.
Kung nakita ko si Ahtisa, ibibigay ko sa kanya yung Mikimoto ko.
Go.
Ibibigay ko sa kanya as a homage. Sabi ni Kosaha may so Le Cordon 9259. Before final day, many press found Mexico insults Asian TikToker with YouTuber with her eyes in dinner party. Why am I not surprised? I'm not surprised.
Here's the thing. When minorities insult and be racist towards other minorities, it's not a empowering move for both because there is a reason why white supremacists can use that
Well, here's the thing.
narrative.
You're hating, you're being deported, and you want the same animosity
Yeah.
against other people. That's pot calling kettle black. So here, if you want that, go. If the shoe fits, go ahead.
Yeah.
I think we have another, KTV 310. Sila daw yung katabi natin ngayon. Thank you so
Oh,
much. He's the one who reached out and sent his phone. Thank you so much for being supportive.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Ngayon lang kami nagkita. Salamat po for acknowledging Sashes&Scripts. Yeah. We hope to give you more quality content
Yeah.
as we go along. Sigrid 29, hindi mag-i-step down si Fatima.
Yeah.
She will not resign.
I don't think so. And I don't think Raul will allow her.
Yeah. Margaret Pascual, 2021, salamat at nakahabol ka. You're always welcome.
Where? Hindi ko na mahanap kung nasaan na
Ayan,
tayo.
dito ako sa baba. Sabi ni Kosahama Meso Le Cordon 9259, your discussions are adorable. We thank you.
Thank you.
For tuning
We
in.
try. I think the reason why a lot of people have a difficulty with our content is because sometimes there are some concepts that is too hard or too difficult to grasp that it needs like a boring explanation to it.
Correct.
That's
Sometimes-
why. Yeah,
Oh, because that's our thing here. We will try to explain everything, no matter how difficult it is. Hindi man kami as entertaining as other pageant lovers.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we give you the show and stuff.
But
But
we
we give you
try-
what we know.
But we try to give quality content instead.
Yes,
And
yes.
we try to be as informative and educational
Correct.
in as much as we can.
Then Burat said, truly ba na tinanggi that Vina and Ahtisa?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
They
yes, they did.
declined.
I heard. I think these, what I heard, okay, is that they offered it to Vina
Vina
first. She declined. Then they offered it to Ahtisa. Attorney JV, her Q&A instructor, confirmed in a live stream that they also declined. So it went to...
Best decision. Because I want them to be independent, to move freely, and be
Yes.
away from all of the
And I think
grupos.
it, especially for Vina, I think it would be very
Insulting.
painful. Insulting as well. That, ayun na eh, lapit na. Purot na lang ng, kagat na lang ng langgam, siya na yung winner. Inano pa,
Sabi niya,
sinulot pa sa kanya.
to follow through, then the red said, Chinese is disappointed. Yes, she's supportive of Cote
Ati-
d'Ivoire.
I
And
think she also mentioned Ahtisa.
she also felt the same.
Yeah.
No, we're not live streaming in Thailand. We're from Manila.
Yeah.
We,
It only
can't
looks
afford to
like.
go to Thailand, but we have sources feeding us, and we have constant. I have late night calls with friends.
Oh, really?
Sa Bangkok.
In Bangkok.
Parang, not the vlogger, this is the normal people.
Me, I have my my ladies who lunch in New York who keeps me updated.
New York na ba? Hindi ba Mexico City?
They went to to watch
In Bangkok. Yeah.
They're US based kasi. The
Totoo.
ladies lunch.
Gusto daw nila Miss Universe. I think nakita ko to sa isang post online
Yeah.
at sa isang news network.
Yes.
Gusto ko rin
Yeah, Miss Universe.
Konti na congratulate the former Miss Universe Queens. Sino ba gusto mag-congratulate sa ganyan?
Sino ba na-congratulate so far?
Mesa.
But have you seen the
Force.
video? She
Yeah,
was like,
In the comment.
they won the crown and then she was like nonchalant. Like, she knew something. And then she was like,
Taba ko for my tramoya, 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 tramoya. Meaning of cooking show, tramoya. Google. Sofia, Tocuyo, Venezuela said, Sofia Aragon 2019,
yes,
if you sent her now,
she should have won.
no
questions.
no questions, no.
Sophia Aragon. Yeah.
She is. Actually, 2019, sila tatlo was equally.
Yes. If Sophia Aragon and Madison competed in different years, then Josie Bini, followed by Madison, followed by Sophia, would all win in their other years.
Good. Alam mo, na-miss ko rin. Speaking of, that year also produced Pawinsuda Druin. Was present that time. Gorgeous Pawinsuda. I love Pawinsuda. And speaking of Pawinsuda, totally been ginulo ko rin, hindi lang sa Pilipinas kami ng gugulo, because I felt the pain of the Thai people. I also knocked on Kirana Jazzy tutors.
I think for the Thais who are watching us, I hope you can convince Jazzy to return to Miss Universe Thailand, because maybe she is the right person, the right queen to bring back the title. Because so far, who are the ones who won that made the mark in Miss Universe? Opal Suchata, of course, the two first runner-ups, and then you have Jazzy. And Jazzy was a runner-up to what's the name, to Antonia. So maybe it's Jazzy who can shake it out.
I have a strong belief in that.
Yeah.
If she competes in Puerto Rico,
She's perfect. She's perfect for Puerto Rico.
she will kick
Yeah.
the asses.
Yes. I mean, she's tall. She's gorgeous.
Talented,
Very tall.
intelligence, belt,
The body is like.
body's body.
Yes.
She has business in there.
Yeah.
Does the energy. Prewanich for next year.
I don't
Too
think.
hostile.
I
for
don't think
Prewanich.
Preonich would be the perfect girl for the location.
Yes.
Perfect for the title, but
Perfect for the
not for
title.
the location.
Too bad. I mean, not, well, too hostile. Meaning too
Yeah.
difficult. Masyado marahas.
Yes. Maybe she's
When
too
you-
soft for that hard environment.
You need a tough girl. You need
You
an
need a-
iron lady. Kaya
Yeah.
nga we're thinking of Win-Win. Kasi Win-Win could
Yeah.
bubugid. Gaganon nila ni
Yeah.
Win-Win yung mga yan.
Yeah. Probably out for
No.
not Cora, not
No.
right now.
Not
Cora
right
is
now.
still very
Too
young.
fragile and too
Yeah.
soft.
So too soft.
Even Namnoya, no. You need somebody like Shalita Swansane energy.
Mm.
You need somebody like
Yes.
I think she's the only one I could think it. Shalita is the strongest Miss Universe Thailand to me in terms of energy.
You need not even a Maria Erin.
You need an Annie Porn.
Annie Porn,
An
yes.
Annie Porn, Chalangunamon, Wong, or Chalita Swansane. You need that fight. You need an Amanda Obdam, ganon.
Yes. Again, it should be Jazzy. Jazzy.
And only Jazzy shooter.
Yeah.
I kinda have bias with Tarina Botes a bit. I kinda considered no pala. Still too soft for Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Really,
It's still,
is.
I think Charit, she was perfect at this role. Okay, Keiko says, don't change, you guys. You are doing such a fab and professional job of covering pageants. Very intelligent views with great analytics. We need more of you in pageantry that elevates it. Mabuhay kayo. Maraming salamat, Keiko.
Thank you.
We really try. Because right now, social media is so full of noise that clickbaity, very enraging content, that is what drives engagement. Doon po yung masa. Doon po papunta yung masa. And the only way for us to be able to differentiate ourselves from everyone else who covers pageants is to bring and elevate the conversation in a manner that allows audiences, pageant fans like you guys, to enhance what you know, enhance what we all collectively know together. So we try to do that.
Si Kosa is asking if I'm Indian. Yes, my dad is. Yeah. Mga Filipino, half Indian. I think
Someone's asking, si Dendorat, ano ang nangyari sa Miss Grand Universe Award? I don't think that they pushed through with that. I was waiting for announcements on the party that they had last night. It didn't materialize.
Raul really did everything to take everything out. Even Catriona was trying to be erased. Diba? Karma nila yun. That's what I said. But I would like to commend Dayanara Torres though. I think she missed us a lot. She's been saying a lot of good words about the Philippines.
Sino?
Si Dayanara. If you look at the commentary, kasi sobra yung kanyang...
I feel Yari, because that's her nickname, Yari Torres. I think I want her back as a regular commentator.
I think Yari and Catriona as a commentator. No, Catriona as main host.
Yeah, pwede. Yes.
Catriona's main host. I would love that. Yari as a commentator.
Then Durat says, kaso, Jazzy daw is banned sa pagsali sa MUT.
It will change.
That's their loss. If I was Nawat, I'm gonna make some
Amends.
concessions and
I'll make amends. I'll make amends. You know, Nawat must have learned his lesson na see, naniwala ka masyado eh. You've given too much. Or look at where you are. They only abused you. They swindled you. Diba? I'm charging.
Ano pwede na?
I don't think hindi pa. Okay na, tapos natin ito. Piling ko na yung Manila. And,
Roxy
sorry,
Big-
we're talking about the mic.
Lemuel Padiol is asking, Roxy Bayans, pwede rin ipadala sa Puerto Rico. What do you think? For me kasi, Roxy is doing well as an actress. She
Parang
is
opening
a
ka rin.
she has a regular gig. So, parang paangat pa yung career niya as in showbiz. So, I don't want to, ayaw kong gambalain yun kasi it might be for a better future that she stays there. That's for me.
Yes, I really wish na I cannot add up to it anymore. Sorry, tell me why now? Narinig ka din, sorry. Naloba talaga kami ng mic. We're working towards certain way. Gusto namin maka-move into a studio type of conversation minsan. Para mabigyan kayo ng good audio. Kaya yun. More views. We're not dropping anything. Manood lang po kayo ganyan. Wala kayong makita ng Gcash na, don't worry. Okay tayo dito. Hindi, marami kasing content talaga na gano'n na to support also to build. Dati nagbabayad niyo ang coffee ka, pero on the right up, hindi naman walang visa ata yung pagbili ng shares. I don't think kailangan pa. Parang majority na kay Raul. I think I also had received, ang sabi is, nagalit daw si Raul because Nawat pulled out a $150 million investment. That is why pinatalo si Ving at pinapanalo na lang si Mexico to piss him off. And kaya rin napak-quote si Nawat na million words that I cannot say. So, yun na yun. You can't really dance with the devil, I guess.
Yeah.
In a situation, if you know that the person's the devil, don't work with him. Mas matuto kayo. I also had the news, hindi ko pa na-confirm kung totoo, no, na, kasi, I would like to address this chance. Paula Sugar had an interview with BBC Thailand. So she was interviewed about how she envisioned the brand, how she loves the brand. She was even asked if she's going to come back as president. She said she's going to support the brand in any way possible but not to own it again. She's happy with where she is and she's moved on. She held the position for 23 years and she's happy with it. She touched in that interview yung kaso kay Anja Kajutate. And the litigation is still going in Thailand. However, they don't know if she's in Thailand. And so earlier, I
heard that she is hiding in Mexico. It's a Mexican visa.
I'm not gonna be racist about this, but I'm gonna tell you exactly what happens when criminal minds go to Mexico. You should know better by now. I just wish na hindi kayo habulin ng masamang kapalaran because it's a hard
I am speechless because
I cannot say anymore, but you know, you've heard enough, you've
Yeah.
listened enough, you know what kind of, if you're doing business with shady people,
yeah.
you be very, very careful. So Kun An, I don't know if you'd be listening, I doubt that she would be watching, but I hope she's making the right decision by doing that of being a Mexican herself.
You know, honestly, if I'm going to summarize what I feel with the Miss Universe pageant, is that I feel sad right now with the quality, with rather the trajectory that is taking, the path that it's taking, because now we are questioning its integrity. We are questioning the selection process, not only for who gets to win Miss Universe, but also who gets to judge Miss Universe. So, if things are gonna progress continuously in this direction, I am really very skeptic about the future of the pageant.
Yes.
And this is one of the oldest pageants that we have. And if it does not change, it does not course correct itself.
We're
and
seeing the end of it.
We're seeing the end of it.
We're seeing the end of it.
Yeah.
If it's gonna be continuing like this,
It cannot.
it cannot afford. But I have a feeling somebody will step in very,
I
very
am.
soon.
I'm
A lot of people with good intentions are trying to get in. I wish that Louis Simon's conglomerate could buy it.
Yes.
Because I heard talagang pumapasok siya. She's the right tayo owner for this. Naniniwala ako dahil she's a former Miss Universe. The business of the husband is very much legal.
Yes.
She has connections in the United States.
Again, vegan.
Legal.
That's the word.
Is the right word for here. So I'm really hopeful for the future of this universe. At saka alam mo, Pili, speaking of MJ, kasi may nag-comment dito that Nawat felt like MJ looks better than MU right now.
Yeah.
Feeling ko marami siya natutunan.
Oo.
I think he's changing as a person
I think so.
day by day. He needs this to understand the ground that he walks in, to humble himself, and to be a better pageant producer.
And pageant
Alam-
owner.
to be honest, I like the gesture that he went to Ahtisa. At sinabi daw sa akin ni Ahtisa na, I'm happy and contented with my finish. I'm thankful for you stating this beautifully. I'm happy with everything. I think he offered na parang, okay, you come back if you have any plans. Maybe we can work together in the future. I'm excited. Because if Ahtisa comes back as a host of Miss Grand, I would be very, very happy with that. Diba? Parang, ibig sabihin, binibless talaga yung mga taong mabubuti ang puso.
Fuiko is saying here that I believe it's a win-win. It's a win-win for the what? MGI looks good now than Miss Universe. Yeah. We might look at it that he's losing in terms of money, but he has gained the support of the masses.
Yes,
That's on a
totoo.
larger scale.
Oh,
So yes.
I love that. I love that you thought.
I think Miss Universe killed itself with
It shot itself on the foot.
Yeah, with the choice of winner this year.
Sana sa Venezuela na lang talaga. But I have a feeling
If
they cannot
you want a
work
Latina.
with Venezuela the way they would want.
Yeah, because I think Stephany is
You
strong-minded,
cannot control her.
strong-willed, and she has a sense of justice.
Abasali is good for the Trump era win.
Yeah.
Lemuel Padiol dash N3Q. How about Stephany Abasali? Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If Stephany Abasali, dahil kung ganahan, dyan mo mubalik sa Miss Universe, amurani.
Laban, girl.
Musupport dyan na ako sa imo tanan. Ay kaayo dahil, sige ba?
Yes. Okay, Reggie Pinlap is asking, ano ang opinion nyo na may mga pageant content creators or vloggers or media na hindi makapagbigay ng honest opinion kay Ahtisa dahil takot mabash at i-unfollow? Okay,
Wala
here-
naman ako so far, parang naman na-encounter na nagbabad.
Here, on my end, because a lot of comments were saying that I am against Ahtisa. No,
You
let me just-
were positioned like that, yeah.
I was positioned by the fans as against Ahtisa, but there is a difference when you are criticizing the conflict of interest of a judge that has an association with Ahtisa and criticizing it in a manner that is rightfully so, because it will affect how everyone will perceive the potential win of Ahtisa because of that conflict of interest. But I did not say anything negatively about Ahtisa in
wasn't
this
personal.
year's competition.
It was never personal.
Yes, it was never personal. It was always following the where is the most fair thing that we can give to
Actually,
the girls.
bago niya i-post
And that is the most fairest thing that we can do to the girls is to give them a fair competition, a fair chance.
Actually, bago niya i-post yun, tinatanong ko siya, sure ka dyan. Ito yung mga nasabihin ng tao. Ganun kasi ako sa kanya, voice of reason. Ganun kami dito mag-usap ng Sashes, hindi kami nag-agree talaga. Kasi parang, what if they question your motive? What if they say otherwise? Bakit hindi?
I mean, I'm fine if you're questioning my integrity, but if you noticed, I question everybody else's motive. Hindi lang si Louis Heredia. I also question yung jowa ni Paraguay. I also question
Natalie.
the positioning of Natalie as a finals judge. So, hindi lang specific to one country or one pageant. Because in the past, during the time that Indonesia and the Philippines national director were sat as judge at the Miss World pageant, I also called that out. When in 2019, remember Miss Universe Indonesia was trained by Crystal Stewart. She made top 10. I also call that out because you have a sitting judge who was a trainer of Miss Indonesia at the finals. So it's not.
Wag niyo na kakalimutan.
Oo, it's not
Medyo-
that I am just calling out a particular
May
Filipino
history
candidate.
naman.
There is a history there that I have been questioning anything that can be a potential conflict of interest
Pero-
as a sitting judge.
Huwag kayong mag-alala, marami din kami mga bagay na hindi na nilabas.
No.
Medyo meron naman kami ganyan. Kasi huwag na. Kasi it could be
Potentially damaging din naman sa mga girls
or
natin.
medyo hindi na ito kailangan. Tayo na lang to. Baka may direct line naman tayo sa mga organizer. Sabihin na natin. Medyo nagkaka-gano'n naman. Happy naman kami. The feeling nyo, hindi namin kinocall out binibining kasi nakakausap naman.
Yes.
Nakakausap naman namin yung
And even when may mga posts din ako na tawag ko, na could be considered a little bit off against Dini, hindi naman sila nagko-call out sa akin na bakit may post mo yan, tanggalin mo yan. So far in my...
Pag nakita sila sa
Oo.
event, oy, nabasa ko.
Oo.
Ganun, di ba?
Ganun lang.
Ganun lang.
And they are very professional. Unlike other organization na pag may pinost ka, hindi nila nagustuhan, sasabihin ka na tanggalin mo kaagad yan without even asking you to explain why. So,
Totoo naman.
Yun.
May balance.
may balance again. Oo.
Sabi ni Alexander, ni Cruz, Kaloka, nasipsip kay Nawat, hindi naman nasipsip. You know why? Kung bakit ganito yung perception kay Nawat? Wala kayong nakikitang pageant figure who could step in that capacity. Yung nag-i-invest talaga siya doon. Na ito yung negosyo niya, ito yung expertise niya. To some extent, I've seen PTN, but then again, maging conflict of interest kasi may Miss Global na sila.
And hindi lang yun, may Mr. Global pa
Miss
sila.
Global pa sila. So feeling ko they're a system in themselves. Themselves rather. So yung kanilang pwedeng gawin na lang is maghanap ka ng other organization na yun lang yung gusto talagang passion niya. Grand yun. Hindi lang marunong sinawa talaga ng public. Wala siyang PR.
Wala siyang PR. Wala kasi siyang filter.
Wala siyang filter. Wala siyang PR. Wala siyang crisis management. Wala siyang...
Kung kailangan natin siyang turuan ng
Wala siyang diplomacy.
Oo.
Kailangan niya maging diplomatic, kailangan niya intindihin kung kailan papasok, diba? Even if yun ang pakalaki niya. Pero itong sa Universe, tama rin na medyo napalo siya dito. Eh.
At saka, tama rin yung sinabi dito, sino yung nagsasabi ng may character development si Noah? Di Yuson, sabi niya may character development daw si Noah.
Meron talaga. Eh, hindi mo iiwasan. Because to err is human, to forgive is divine. To learn is far more divine.
Yeah.
And so, I think, natututo talaga na siyang mapunta doon. He has a potential to be a very good international pageant owner.
Yeah.
Feeling ko, focus na sa Miss Grand, find a better purpose for it. Maliban sa nagbebenta kayo ng sauces, find something that they can work. I think Emma has her own, pero meron dapat silang sarili pa nila. Kasi yung kay Emma is persons denied of liberty. Yan ang sinusuportahan niya, advocacy. If they want to start the war, stop the war, maybe generate kayo ng funds, tapos magpadala kayo ng goods to Palestine if that's one thing you want to do, or to Ukraine without sending the girl. Kasi dati pinadala nila sa Sudan yata, nakakaloka. Medyo off yun. Pero yung mga ganong capacity, or work with UNRWA on how to speak with more people about war and refugee. Mga ganyan bagay. Marami naman pwedeng gawin. Promising naman po.
Okay, shall we continue with the comments? Keiko, okay, katukayo natin itong pinag-uusapan ni Keiko. Sabi niya, Adam has a long way to go because he needs to do a lot of self-reflection, and I think he has the right people around him who can really keep him grounded. I think Adam is continuously growing.
Sarili niya, titignan niya yung sarili niya. Pag nakikipag-usap mo sa kanya, alam naman niya na may
mga
irita kayo sa kanya. Alam niya.
And she's aware of that. And I think that is progress. Kasi minsan before, hindi siya aware na ganito ang read ng mga tao sa kanya. But with continuous na conversations with him, kinakailangan din kasi mag-invest ka ng pasensya to help develop a person. Kasi kung you are not surrounded by a lot of people na has been in the industry na would teach you the way that for example, I didn't know anything about covering pageants before, but because I had a mentor who took me under his wing, shout out to Nailari and Sir Briggs of Sash Factor for really honing me out as a content creator, as a coverage, as a media coverage team member.
Ngayon yung hanging out with Uno and Crown. So natututo din siya sa mga tao niyo. So Uno rin sa mixology.
And so it also, it reinforces that there is growth there. So hindi siya perfecto, definitely, but Adam is really trying. He's trying very hard. And he is delivering.
Inabas ko ba to?
Oo, yun yung importante kay Adam na nagmamature yung the way that he covers pageants. And honestly, I would rather consume his content over other pageant
be careful.
Pageant creators content because alam mo there's enthusiasm when he covers pageants.
He's a fan kasi.
Oo.
Alam mo,
nadadala ko ng emotion na
fan kasi
these
siya.
are the things that what makes live covering of pageants entertaining.
Nauna yung pagiging fan niya. Yun naman tayong gusto niya. Kaya nandun yung sarili doon. Yung pagko-cover ay epekto na lang ng pagiging pageant fan. Parang ito yung mga naghahabol ng artista tapos sabi presidente ng fans club. Oo. Ganun lang din to.
So, alam mo yun, parang for me, nadadala ako ng enthusiasm niya and that's what I like about his coverage.
And his honesty.
Yeah, very honest.
Okay na ako doon.
Hindi siya plastic. Sa totoo lang, si Adam.
At just kayo, alam niyo, nasasabi niyo naman, nakakadiretso kayo sa kanya yata eh. Pwede niyo naman i-comment. Alam mo, open line naman yan and open ears yung tao.
Okay. Rico says, I know Mr. Nawat is calculated enough that he has known this scandal will happen and that he has foreseen all the scenarios. Well played, I would say. But in terms of lesson ever, I'll choose Mr. Nawat. Biuta 9772 says, I believe Mexico gave the most substantial and heartfelt answer. We just couldn't ignore her.
Nerefute naman siya ni Dendurat. Well, no, there's certain, all these girls, when they answer to top 5, in pageant training or in public speaking in general, on public speaking lang at least, on a corporate setting, what we're trying to teach is that depending on the occasion, your connection is different. Your communication strategy should say, parang ganon. If it's a competition like this, when they're trying to know you and extracting, para kasi itong job interview ang experience. The connection is on a personal level. So this is more of a chance for you to tell them about who you are, what you can do, and what you've been doing. Kaya some of girls are like, holding on like Olivia Yace about my identity. Because that was a personal experience as a black woman. It's very difficult. Ahtisa with her using pageantry as a tool to get out of poverty and now inspiring other people to do the same. Mexico since she came from a privileged background, what I understand, she lacks human connection on different facets. Because Venezuela holds on to the fact that she lived around the world. So she knows how different people behave and interact. She doesn't have that. And that's what's missing. That's why when she answered, she was like, speaking
was-
in voice. It's about
It was
speaking in
surface.
voice.
It was surface
Yeah,
level.
yeah. It's not speaking about a serious topic. It's speaking about something that you're just not comfortable.
And while he's talking about communication and branding, for me, if I'm going to look at the performance at the swimsuit and the evening gown competition, by far, Puerto Rico's Isashali and Guadalupe's of
Should
Minizino,
have been in the top
they performed better. The smiles, the walk, the hip movement, the turns, the camera connection, especially for Ophelie, when she delivered, a very subtle performance, it was all there. It was by far at a different level to what Fatima is able to deliver. And this is where we're coming from. And we're not, we didn't started loving pageants at age 40 or just 2 years, 3 years ago. We were pageant fans back in the 90s, back in the late 80s. So we know how the Miss Universe tends to select its winners. We've
Magkakasama
seen
pa kami
that.
nila Uno Rodriguez sa Bahay Kubo at tapos Beauty Kiss and Tell ng 2001 and 2. Ganon kami katagal sa bahay.
And also, you have to understand, I came from, I think we need to, sandali lang, mag-ano tayo ng audio.
Hold on. Babalik kami sa mic.
Can you hear us? Hello? Hello? Yeah, we're fully charged now. We can deliver a better audio. Hopefully.
Okay.
Can you hear? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're better. Yeah, sige, yun. So we're going towards that direction na, alam mo, now that you're talking about the good parts of the competition, I would like to talk about the pleasant surprises. Kasi medyo na-negativize na natin yung conversation about the universe. I would like to start with the swimsuit competition. The inclusion of new girls. Rwanda, for instance, a mother of 3, placed the first girl from Rwanda to place in Miss Universe. I mean, that's congratulations to her. I also liked
I also like the swimsuit by Bench. Bench really delivered a very spectacular set of swimwear for the Miss Universe
Sir
finals.
Benchan, super thank you.
Sir Noel Manapat, Sir Benchan, and the rest of the team of Bench and the entire Suyanchi
Corporation. Yeah, ang ganda.
Really
Congratulations. I like that gold thingy on the side.
Yes.
I think it softened everything. The inspiration was the Thai flower bouquet.
Yeah.
So I like that. I like also the color was white and blues and reds.
Yes.
Miss China shined in that part.
And,
Red. Oh God.
I like the fact that it was not dead colors. It was jewel colors, jewel tones, so that it really popped out on stage.
The colors of Thailand actually.
Yeah.
Diba?
Red,
Dark
blue,
blue, white, and red.
Yeah.
So that's a very, very nice touch, I think. An homage to the national host country. We also like, who else are other girls na first place? Malta. Malta is the European champion this year. Sabi sa'yo, somebody na unexpected will get to the top 10 eh.
I was surprised, and I was pleasantly surprised that Croatia was also there.
Yeah. Croatia's, I wasn't surprised. Ganda ako kay Croatia. Like, I really like her there.
There are other girls. I mean, I am really happy that India made it as far.
Chile's highest placement since
Cecilia Boloco?
Since Cecilia Boloco. I know, last year they were top 30.
No, since Milena Mayorga in 1995 or 96.
Oh, she placed in the top 10?
Yeah, top 10.
I think, oo. Because in 2000,
Who were at the
2004?
palm of the host during that year.
That's interesting.
Was Alicia Machado's batch.
Alexis Machado's Sandia Chibs batch.
Sandy at Chips.
may animosity talaga. Verna Vasquez's batch. Yeah.
Verna Vasquez.
Ay,
is
97, sorry.
97.
The other girl.
Yeah.
Curaçao pala yung ating...
Anyway,
Tarin Mansel's batch. Okay. It's, sino pa ba? I think Chile also did well in 2004.
I was like, oh my God, China made top 12.
I wasn't surprised. And she was gorgeous, that gown. Oh my God. I think she'll have, ang pagkaintindi ko, she has modeling works. Hindi, modeling works lined up now. Mataas na ang demand kay Miss China. Yeah, very editorial beauty. She deserves it. Turks and Caicos deserve top 30. My heart sank when she didn't place. I thought she would make
I
it.
think Jamaica could also have been part of the top 30 if it wasn't for that unfortunate accident.
Zimbabwe also placed. Very gorgeous face. Zimbabwe was...
Senegal make
They
it?
did not make it. Zimbabwe did.
What's the other, aside from Rwanda and Zimbabwe, there's one African,
Cote d'Ivoire na.
Cote d'Ivoire na.
Oo, tatlo na sila. Cote
I
d'Ivoire,
would have
Rwanda.
wanted maybe 4 of them from Africa.
Yes. I like the intro of Namibia using the fingers to represent the map of her country kasi ganito ang shape niyan eh. So nakakatuwa yun. That's also a good work. Who else? A pleasant surprise.
Vietnam didn't place.
Vietnam was, I don't think she's El Tocuyo. My heart's
The Tocuyo would probably be Turks and
in
Caicos.
Caicos or Ecuador. Nadia Mejia. Pero nakita ko sa post si Miss El Tocuyo kanina na si Argentina, Turks and Caicos, and Ecuador are our top 3. So, gets. Argentina!
I mean,
Why?
I did not expect Ecuador to not make top 30.
I thought so too. That's a better Latina than Mexico.
Mexico, yeah. Agree. Honestly.
Not missing my words.
Performance-wise, performance-wise during the preliminaries, okay? During the swimsuit and evening gown, even the national costume.
Yeah.
Ecuador really did much better.
Then Durat said Zimbabwe second year on the finals. Yes. Oh,
good
thank
for
you.
her.
Good for her. Congratulations, Zimbabwe. You've been making progress here. Very, very nice. Masaya talaga tayo sa mga ganung bansa. Well, sa mga first countries na nag-place. Well, other Latinas are there naman. Happy for Dominican Republic.
Yes. Latina also made it.
The two Dominicanas
Latina did not make top 12.
did not make top 12.
Why?
Why?
And Mexico was there.
Why?
Diba? Again,
Pukrao. No.
It's not that we are invalidating Mexico's win, because honestly, it really felt raw. It really felt like it was her performance could have, had it been that she was in the incubator for maybe another 12 months, then she could have been a better pasarela walker, better communicator in terms of the Q&A. But at the moment, compared to her other competitors, she is not at their level.
Yes,
You
correct.
have Cote d'Ivoire, Guadeloupe, Puerto Rico, Latina, and several other girls here, and you have Mexico there.
Yeah.
And so what is she doing here when
Again,
she's there?
if you could deliver Sofia Aragon, you have no excuse because you gave us one of the best Latinas ever
Yes.
in this
I think
competition.
Sophia Aragon was so far since Andrea Mesa's time.
Since Jimena Navarrete,
Since Jimena Navarrete,
with the best.
Sophia Aragon was the best.
Even better than Andrea Mesa, I would say. Sophia Aragon.
By far.
Sophia Aragon was the best match.
If Andrea's Miss Universe performance fought against Sophia Aragon's performance,
Sophia would win.
I don't think she would even lick Sophia Aragon's face.
Yeah, totoo. The youth in South Africa came in very strong this year with very many strong delegates. Totoo. Yeah, I mean, to all the other African girls, Equatorial Guinea was such a fun to watch all the other competition. We had Ghana, strong personality.
And even the Black Caribbean girls were really strong.
Yeah, the Turks and Trinidad and Tobago. I thought Trinidad and Tobago would place.
Jamaica. Oh my God.
Jamaica.
My heart breaks for Jamaica.
Yeah, I thought Curaçao would even make it.
Curaçao was gorgeous.
The ABC girls, Bonaire, diba? Ang dami naman, like ang dami. But for the Latinas, they dominated the top 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chile, Puerto Rico, we can go now to the gowns, no? Because the top 12 is
Which
such
was your favorite gown?
Oh, I love Philippines, no? Mukha talaga siyang flying jellyfish there. I like it. And
I like the Iris Van Herpen.
Iris Van Herpen.
Iris
I
Van
mean,
Herpen.
I think
no.
Tito Val Taguba really pushed himself to the brim because it's not his aesthetic.
Yeah, it's
Totoo
not.
niya. Sinabi ni Pati Apian sa vlog.
But really, the gown, my most outstanding gown was
Venezuela.
the red gown by Venezuela. There was other parts of the gown that we did not see being televised. You know, the cape.
No, she had a wing. Because the full gown pala has a tail.
Yes,
And
a
has a wing
feathered
pa.
tail in gold.
And then a wing pa. So ginawa niya, tinanggal niya lang yung wing, inalis niya yung guyod. Guyod, that's what we call it in Filipino, the one from the back. The train. And then she put it as a wrap and flew out. Like she was like Phoenix rising. Diba?
And she came after another red gown, which is the Ampao gown of Mexico. And it felt flat because it did not connect. It was like they're trying to have another lava gown moment with the reds and golds, but it did not. Right after Mexico.
Buta 9772 is from Mexico. So yeah, I think that's what he's saying. For those who are asking what ang pao is, this is the red Chinese envelope that they give during events in Christmas with money inside.
Yeah, it's a Chinese tradition to give.
But I think it was
monetary gifts.
it
in a red
was
envelope.
deliberate kasi the Chinese color.
Yeah, it did not connect for me. I had more of a connection with the double dragons and
That's more it. I think that's a more beautiful red dress.
red dress. I
Yeah.
think it was the dress of the night.
Yeah, my disappointment was with Colombia though. Uniform on another year.
I've already mentioned this a long time ago that Colombia cannot keep on
Wearing.
being the same gown over and over. Had she wore her prelims gown at the finals, she probably would have elbowed. Well, I don't think she would elbow
Anybody, yeah.
if she was, hooked to be there.
Yeah, but it was really,
Could have.
it could have been. But sayang, Vanessa Pulgarin is one of the strongest girls that we've been looking for in the competition. We all and love Chile's dress though by our friend Rian Fernandez. Again, you down yourself, Rian. Very excellent. Another, what another gowns that I like?
But again,
Guadeloupe talaga.
Guadeloupe, for me, after the
Guadeloupe.
red gown, was the second best gown.
Foxy
It was
Cleopatra.
It was a Vietnamese designer who made it. The Galaxy gown that she wore in purple and black, I think that's the color. It was ombre effect. It really popped out. It's gorgeous. I think if there is a gown that needs to show itself in another pageant, that's the kind of gown that needs to
It is.
be repeated again.
I like it. Black,
It
all
was
that.
so gorgeous.
Yeah, also, like China talaga. I think I mentioned China na. Cote d'Ivoire by GL Garlate and that gunmetal silver coat.
I would have
reveal.
preferred her yellow gown.
I would have preferred the almodal for the finals. No, the reason daw was hindi umabot. Because GL finished that dress 3 days before the preliminary or the finals, whereas the almodal dress is ready already. But I think she was intending to wear that almodal. Either way, she would have made top 5.
Because for me, with her really dark skin, the yellow would have popped out even much more spectacular.
I'd have to commend Leo Almodal on that because among the Filipino pageant designers, he's one of those who perfected the magic of the what you call that skin tone
Yes.
base.
Yes.
For every color, for whatever color of skin there is in this world, he has the perfect swatch.
Yes.
How he does it amazes me because it's like skin itself. It's a skin of Cote d'Ivoire and you put stones in it.
That mesh, honestly, I think it was like made her even more look sultry, more seductive, because it really made her pop. I mean, I'm not. In as much as I am focused, I get drawn to the dress, but it draws me up to her face.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the almodal.
Yellow gown. It was really, 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 really good. Who else did we miss in the top? Puerto Rico, I thought almost got in. The way she handled that white cape.
Puerto Rico wore
Red.
different color.
Red or
No,
blue?
not red. I was thinking something in the lines of um, what's that? Fuchsia. Something that really
Pops.
pops. It's not flamingo pink. Okay, flamingo pink is very Miss World. Fuchsia has more of a little bit of a magenta undertone to it that really is very mature. Something that really packs a punch in
Yeah.
terms of the color.
I thought if Miss Universe Latina was in the evening gown, she would have nailed it.
With what gown?
I don't know, but you know them.
Yeah.
You know how the Latinas. I mean, if there's anyone who could compete with the Filipinos with the dresses or the Southeast Asians, the Latinos surely could bring it. Art Laurent,
Art
hola.
Laurent, Ola Fred and Mark. Art Laurent, hello.
Our
He's-
long time,
He is walking from Spain.
Hola, hola, mi
He's
amigo.
based in Spain. Okay,
Who else? May naman ba tayo sa top 5?
Vita says yes to win-win to be sent to PR. Diba?
I'm gonna clip this one and send this to Win-Win.
Please do. Because
Teresita San Marquez,
remember,
Filipinas.
during Miss Universe Philippines, we were telling that Ahtisa is our
In principle. In principle.
In
principle is Win-Win. Paper is Ahtisa.
Paper is Ahtisa. So,
And they were 1-2 punch because first runner-up si Win.
Win-win.
Fuico said, validating Mexico's win is discrediting hard work and effort of other girls. Well, after all, it's the owner's decision. Had it been like this, they would just skip the pan of judges and be like MGI. Wala na akong masasabi pa, you nailed it.
Did we miss any comment?
None so far. Yeah. So those are the... Ayun, medyo may heartbreak na talaga tayo. But it's still Miss Universe. Yeah.
I think the heartbreak now has evolved not just with a rigged, allegedly, para di tayo makasuhan,
Yeah.
allegedly pageant to the image of Miss Universe itself. That I feel now it kind of has continuously destroyed itself.
Unfortunately,
You agree? I mean,
unfortunately, we don't want that. But it's an organization. People who's gonna run the show. People will always be having a say about the result or whatever. And that's the rough thing about it. I just wish it could have been played differently, but yeah,
I hope that it can redeem itself.
it will. I
next
hope
year
eventually.
in Puerto Rico.
I don't think so.
I am
but-
hoping, but I'm
hope-
not expecting, but I am.
If the Latinos is going to play fire with fire, I would buy popcorn and watch it.
Now it makes me question: would it even be worth it to travel to Puerto Rico if it's just going to be another?
If we
cooking
have
show?
if we have a very good girl,
Because we have a good girl, there is reason to go there.
yeah. If
But,
we have a very good girl to
If we
represent.
have like a so-so girl, we probably wouldn't.
Pero ang hirap naman sa kanya. I mean, pero tail of the tape muna. How many times have Puerto Rico hosted and how did Filipinos play? I think they started 1970
70.
when Virginia Reds, we placed there.
I don't think so. I don't think.
Did we play? I think we placed in 70.
No, I don't think so. I think we placed
Vida Doria?
after Margie.
Vida Doria, 70.
Vida Doria did not make
Ayun.
make semis.
So, and 2001 with Zoraida Ruth and
We
place.
did not place with.
But one of the most beautiful national costumes though.
Yes.
Yun na naalala ko sa costume ni Ahtisa. You can search that.
Puerto Rico is a again, like you said, hostile.
Actually, it's
hostile for-
anti-Filipino nga yata. And Karen Lauren Agustin in 2002.
We did not place again. So yeah, we are not.
Colombia also did not place in those two editions.
Did you? Yes.
Yeah, it's the legendary Vanessa
Yeah.
diba? Mendoza of Colombia did not place in those two. And even if
We should not expect too much with Puerto Rico.
kaya kailangan mo ng power, kailangan mo ng feist.
A feisty.
You need the Win-Win Marquez who can slap people in Bolivia with the power that she has. No, but yeah, that's me saying it. Yeah, yun lang. But I think we covered everything.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Thank you very much to almost 120, 125, I think, at the height of this live.
Yes.
It's one of the highest viewership, concurrent viewership we had so
Yeah.
far. We adore you for your quality, for your intellect, for having your own conversations in the comment
Yeah.
section without fighting or cursing each other.
And we encourage this kind of smart conversations.
We do,
Because
we do.
this is what's lacking with pageantry nowadays. It's so full of noise with a lot of content creators who only adds to the noise and not to the conversation. So
Yeah,
really, thank you for making our space a safe space to
and a
do
healthy one.
yeah to do tough conversations with.
Correct, correct. That's what we aim here, di ba? Whether we agree to disagree or not, we never retort to like
Yeah.
throwing shit
Yeah.
against other. So here, that's it. I'm so happy to be back here. It's our fifth year doing Miss Universe analysis.
It is for
We kind of get it. Our top five, we mentioned it on a video I posted on my story that our top five was Guadeloupe, Cote d'Ivoire, Colombia,
no.
Philippines,
Philippines was on the wings, but we have Colombia, Guadeloupe, Cote d'Ivoire, and Thailand.
Thailand, and Philippines is our fifth. Di ba we mentioned,
Yes.
hawak ko pa yung crown. And we got 3 out of 5.
Yeah, which is for the first time I think we did not predict the winner.
The winner.
I don't
And
think
Thailand
any-
was it. I don't think anyone will predict the winner in a rigged competition, in an allegedly rigged competition.
Kaya hindi tayo makasuhan, okay?
So, ayaw natin
Allegedly.
yun. Allegedly, a lot of people believe it is.
Yes.
And kudos to that CNN journalist
Yes,
who called
out
Raul.
and actually asked the tough question.
Ganun din gusto natin. Thank you, DU. So, salamat na ako sa isang intellectual content. We try our best. Alam kong it's not for everybody because we want the fun, we want the animated thing, mga ano, dahil hindi naman din ganun ang tono ng Sashes sa ano. Actually, kanya naman to, saling kit-kit lang ako dito. Pareho nyo ako. Nakataon lang, nandito ako on-site, kayo nasa online. So, para lang tayo na nag-share ng...
And guys, thank you very much really for enforcing our belief that conversations can, with regards to pageantry and fashion, can be entertaining but also can be informative.
Yeah. Yeah. And also teaching us reminding us na ipagpatuloy yung ganitong trabaho because it's not easy, but it's also worth it.
I think maybe for our last word, let's just hope the best for the Miss Universe winner and the Miss Universe pageant because I don't, on my end, I don't feel that it's going to be an easy year for the pageant.
Correct.
For the winner.
And beyond this, there's a lot more competitions. Again, we'd like to remind you, Mirna Esguerra needs your help at Miss International. We had a strong chance there as well.
We have a strong chance with Chelsea
Fernandez in Vietnam for Miss Cosmo. Will they be giving it to us? Miss Charm. Pero wala pang date si Miss Charm. But I'm just gonna happen in the US. Di ba?
Vietnam?
Di ba US?
We will
Kasi yun, okay. Doon naman tayo sa sure.
Doon muna tayo sa sure.
Which is Cosmo
Cosmo
and
and
International. So,
and also, I will be shifting my content towards Miss International in the next several days. Starting tomorrow, you will see more of Mirna in my feed. So, yung mga sentiments ninyo about not supporting our Binibining Pilipinas girls, we will have time now because mayroon na tayong oras to really focus on the other girls who are preparing to represent the country in Miss Cosmo and Miss International, so we can give our full support to them. So there. Thank you very much, everyone, for sticking with us for almost
yes. 2 hours.
2 hours na.
More than 2 hours
More than
sa
2
nakikinig
hours
sa atin.
na. Okay,
Yes.
and thank you as well to Chat Time here in
Araneta
Cubao, in
City,
Araneta City,
for allowing us kahit maingay kami
in
dito.
between SM Cubao and
And
Ali Mall, the Bridgeway. Thank you very much for allowing us the 2 hours to uninterrupted here. So, konting plug lang doon sa Chat Time. Salamat.
Yeah.
Yan. And see you again soon in our next na mga episodes. We will try to do a live stream for Mirna closer to the pageant.
To the pageant, yeah.
So,
And that's, for local pala, Miss World Philippines is now opening their screening.
And
Yes.
you have until the 29th to join. Not only that, I think pati Mr. World
It's also- As the world is also opening now.
Anyway, I am hoping that we get a bumper batch of candidates for
Next year.
Miss World and Miss World next year.
So yun, thank you. If you want more of this conversation, go to Sashes&Scripts official on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, and join in the further conversations there.
And
And
one final note, thank you very much for blowing us up on Instagram and Facebook. We have like almost 55K na on Facebook, 22 or 20 plus K na on Instagram. So thank you very much for that. That's it, everyone. See you again soon. Please don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel. Leave a like on this video and kita-kita tayo sa susunod na pag-suporta naman natin kay Mirna Esguerra at Vincent Fernandez.
salamat, thank you. Kapung ka. Gracias.
Bye everyone!
Bye.